JFD, just fair and direct.
Okay, hello and good morning everyone, and welcome to JFD Traders Espresso with me, Darius Anucauskas. Today's the 22nd of December 2021. So yep, welcome everyone, welcome to this Wednesday's morning session where we're going to have a very quick look at the markets, a few of the charts, the usual stuff. But before we do that, as always, let's quickly have a read through our risk disclaimer. So the content we produce does not constitute investment advice or investment recommendation, should not be considered as such, and does not in any way constitute an invitation to acquire any financial instrument or product. As always, I'll give you a few seconds to read the rest and we can continue. Okay, so guys, I'll try to go through this quick because it seems that I'm still having the same issues, visual issues, so hopefully it can, well, it can go. It's at least something. So, I mean, yeah. Okay, good morning to everybody else who's joining in. Evu, yep, I can see you in the chat room there, and okay, I'll pick up on that one. Hopefully, no technical issues will be coming up, but yeah, apologies if there will be any visual problems, because it seems that my internet is not really the strongest one. So although it seems that should be enough, but for some reason, yeah, it's not really working ideally. Now, okay, so guys, as always, before we jump in, quick mentioning of our JFD YouTube channel, to which you can always subscribe to in order to not to miss any of our upcoming videos, and of course our JFD Bank website, and specifically our research page, which is also updated on a daily basis. So yep, check it out, and I believe you can find some useful information. Now, okay, so jumping into a few charts. So like I said, I'll try to go quicker through all these because, like I said, it seems that yeah, the video quality might not be the best, so apologies in advance for that. Okay, so Nikkei 225, here we have the index, yeah, which basically managed to climb back up, and it's back kind of in between these two lines. It's back in the middle of the symmetrical triangle pattern here. So so basically, long story short, for now, I mean, what I said before, if we climb back above this hurdle here, the 28,310 territory, somewhere around there, and above that 200-day EMA, then, well, I mean, we could consider maybe a bit of a move back to the upside. Yesterday, the equity world rebounded, so comparing it to Monday's decline, I mean, yesterday it seems like that there was no decline at all. So this is what we've mentioned in our analysis on our website, which we throw out every morning. So so yeah, everything so far is working out nicely. Shanghai Composite, very quickly on that one. So yeah, it pushed a little bit higher. However, today it's fractionally in the red. It's below still this downside line, so everything's, to be honest, according to the plan, as I mentioned before. In order to get a little bit more comfortable with the upside on this index, a break of this downside line would be needed. German index, DAX, and here we have, yeah, we have an index which managed to rebound beautifully here, as you can see. So this is what I talked about yesterday, and they said that in a way, yeah, we are seeing kind of a similar scenario as we had here, for example, in the beginning of December, where we also kind of drifted lower initially below this upside line. Then we kind of, but then we managed to climb back above it, and of course above this 200-day EMA. Of course, don't get get me wrong, I'm still kind of keeping an eye on something like this to happen here maybe as well. So maybe where we could see a decline here, another maybe drop below this upside line, but then it could just kind of let's say hang around here near this upside line and then rebound and push to the upside here. So if you're looking for some upside, for now, let's say the cash index is trading at around 15,482, so above yesterday's close. So if you're looking for some maybe upside, this 15,531 territory might do the trick. I'm not saying that this is like you know, the level of the levels. No, it's just one of those areas to consider, because if we pop above this, then we might go and test the 21-day and the 100-day EMAs. But if those get cleared, then yes, we could go for some higher levels. For the downside, pretty straightforward. We need to see a move back below that 200-day EMA, and yes, maybe then we could start aiming for the downside again. Nasdaq 100. So yeah, here we have a situation as well, a positive situation. As you can see here, we climbed back above that 15,743 territory. I spoke about that level, and there we go. We pushed higher. We ended up moving towards that psychological 16,000 territory where a holdup occurred, and also near that 21-day EMA. And yeah, so for now, I would say at the moment, I mean, the index seems to be forming something of a bit of a range here, ignoring this little pop out here, but yeah, overall it seems like something like a range for the moment, and we're moving higher within that range. We'll get more comfortable if we see if we do see a further move above that 16,000 territory and we climb above the 21-day EMA. If we do all that, then yes, my next target is the 16,454, 55 territories, approximately around here, and then we'll take it from there, guys. Now then, sorry, just bear with me one moment. I can see you, yeah, Ebu. I'm reading your message. Yeah, I know what you mean. I mean, I'm using a bit of a different one, so yeah, I might try that one, but I think it's mainly the fact that because I'm running these from home at the moment. Currently, I have to, and maybe my home internet is just not the best. And considering that I'm not the only one who's working from home, so yeah, these things might be might happen. So these are modern day realities. So yeah, apologies for for that. Okay, so now then, jumping into DXY very quickly. Dollar index. To be honest, not much to talk about here. We're still kind of stuck in the same position. So yeah, the same analysis remains, and basically, I'm still keeping an eye on here on the upside, and a push above this 96.64 level is needed in order to aim for the upper side of the range here, where the index is currently stuck in. That's why I'm not going to spend too much time on it, because again, I spoke about this already, and so far it's not really doing much. Now gold is quite interesting, because basically we're seeing a bit of a decline here, and yesterday it seemed that yes, the bulls might have a chance to more of them going to have a chance to step in, and it was a tease here, because we did pop above that, slightly above that psychological 1800 level, but as you guys can see, failed to remain there, and yeah, it drifted back down and it moved lower, and of course the positivity in the equity world kind of overshadowed the commodity sector here. So I mean, the precious metal sector here is as investors moved away from the from the kind of the risk safe havens. But yeah, for now, still, I mean, I would say not everything is lost for the bulls because we still have this upside line, which is still kind of in play. And in a way, another thing to consider, maybe, just maybe, this could be seen as a possible bullish flag. So we have our pole here, and can this be a bullish flag? I mean, can all this pile up in one and just kind of be a perfect combination of everything? Well, let's wait and see. Either way, even if it is flag, still I would like to see that push above that 1800 level. For the downside, I'm taking a slightly more conservative approach and waiting for a push below the 1770 territory at least. WTI oil very quickly on this one. So, yep, beautiful move back up here. This back above this 69.47. If you remember, yesterday I talked about it, and yes, I mean I talked about this. This hurdle, and I said that if we climb back above it and stay above that 200-day EMA, then well, maybe yeah, more buyers could join in here, and we could see a further move north. So for now, keeping an eye on this one, and yeah, let's see how all this is going to play out. Jumping into Ripple, okay. Ripple is moving nicely to the upside, and a while ago when I talked about Ripple, I talked about this this breakout here, possible breakout. I said that if we pop above this 0.8827 territory, approximately around there somewhere, then yes, we could go for some upside, and so far so good. So yeah, we broke the downside line. We started kind of moving sideways here a little bit, and there we go. We've kind of moved further north here. So far, we're getting a hold up near that 200-day EMA, but can we see a further move higher? Well, I would say if we do clear this area, this 200-day EMA, then yes, my next target, of course, is that psychological 1 territory, and then of course we'll slowly continue aiming higher. For now, long story short, yes, I'm keeping an eye on that 200-day EMA, and yeah, if we jump above it, I will aim for some slightly higher levels. Now jumping into a few pairs, AUD and ZD is so one of my favorite ones. Yeah, so far kind of so good. It is doing its job, and yeah, providing that nice rising channel here. Just kind of lifted a little bit to capture this little peak. Yep. So yeah, I mean, at the moment you can see that the upper side of the rising channel is holding, and we're seeing a bit of a decline right now. So that's quite healthy, I would say. And yeah, if it drifts a little bit lower but stays somewhere below that 200-day EMA, then I will still aim for the upside. If it starts falling below it, I'll take a bit of a careful and neutral maybe approach. But if it falls below the 1.05 territory right here, then yes, I will consider maybe a move towards the lower side of the rising channel. Okay, so now then, jumping into another pair very quickly, USDCHF. So here we have a pair, yeah, which was kind of moving sideways here for quite a while, as you can see. But what's important, I haven't picked up on this pair for quite a while now. I mean, as you can see, we have shifted away a little bit from some of these lines. Bear with me one moment here. So, so basically, yeah, we have now this this kind of well, I wouldn't say maybe tentative, but an upside support line, which so far is so good. I mean, it's still working out nicely here. And yeah, for now, I would say if you're looking for some upside, then wait for this barrier to break, because so far this is 0.9250, 51 territory approximately around here is providing that good hold up. in a way, I would say for now, I mean, if you're looking for some higher levels, then certainly, yeah, wait for that break, and not only a break. That I would like to see the body of the daily candle staying above it as well, just to be kind of a little bit more on the safe side. Because at the moment, I mean, if you only evaluate this, then this could be seen as an ascending triangle pattern. But we need that confirmation first, because I don't want to rush into this, because maybe if we look at this picture here, maybe this could be a bearish flag here, and maybe it could be considered as a bearish flag. However, not saying anything, I'm not saying that this is exactly that. So that's why in situations like this, when it's always unclear, wait for that confirmation break of one of the levels instead. So for the downside, I would need to see a drop somewhere below the 0.9185 territory, and then yeah, at the same time, we would already break the upside line and be below the 200-day EMA. Now, one of the pairs that I really like to look at sometimes, and that's Norwegian krone against a Swedish. I always get those wrong. Norwegian krone against the Swedish krona. There we go. So yeah, basically for now, I mean, looking at this picture, this is quite technical, I would say, and not to mention the fact that we are trading nicely above this upside support line right here, drawn from the low of the 2nd of August. But from the slightly shorter term perspective, you can see a bit of a inverted head and shoulders pattern here, and basically yesterday we broke the so-called neckline, and it was right here. So, and you can't see it right now because it seems, I think, okay, sorry, it's the color. Need to change the color. There we go. So basically, this 1.0193 level is I'm watching that one for now. Yesterday we broke above it, but the body of the daily candle stayed below it. Today we kind of gapped a little bit to the upside here, and we are above that barrier. So if you're looking for some higher levels, as long as it stays above this neckline, yes, I will aim for the upside, and my next target will be the highest point of October near the 1.0352 level. Now, GBPJPY, here we have an interesting situation here. Basically, it's let me just put this line right now because I removed all the drawings just to have it fresh. So basically this is the situation. So we have a kind of a violation of this downside line, and the most important that we kind of are still staying above it, and at the same time we're staying above the 21-day EMA. So this break of this downside line came also with the push above the 21-day EMA. So at the moment, I would say yes, we will continue kind of maybe targeting the upside a little bit here. But certainly we'll be very cautious for now. It's not really as clear. I mean, it could still drift back down, especially if the equity market start reversing lower, then yep, everybody will start jumping back into the yen buying. So if you're looking for maybe a little bit something more reassuring for the upside on this one, then at least a push above the high of the 17th of December near the 152.72 level would be needed. At the same time, let me pick up on the on cable. Just bear with me one moment here. Let me just put this one quickly on my list. So yeah, very quickly on cable, I've talked about this one recently, and basically, to be honest, not much has changed. Still the same kind of game plan here, and cable is, I'm still looking at these two levels there. So you can see that we moved away from the that lower level, the 1.3161. That's the current lowest point of December. So in order to aim for the downside, I need to see a break below that. For the upside, I'm taking a bit of a conservative approach here and waiting for a push above the 1.3375 territory marked by the high of last week in order to go for the upside. Until then, I'm just observing the price action. Euro GBP. This one I haven't looked at for quite a while as well, but yeah. Here you can see that first of all, let me get rid of this upside line, no longer needed. Here we have a situation where the 0.8490 territory is providing that support, still holding on. And if you're looking for the downside, well, at least wait for a drop below that area, because let's not forget this pair has a mind of its own. And to be honest, I mean, it's not very technical, and it just sometimes can be classed as a random walk here. But in a way, when if you do like to trade this pair, well, I mean, be very careful. Of course, mark your levels. So for me, for example, for the upside, I would like to see a push above this hurdle here, this 0.8595 territory, and then go for the upside. And finally, EURUSD. I'm not going to spend too much time on this one because, again, it's the same idea. We're still in the range, and I'm still waiting for a violation of one of those levels here. So for the downside, in order to consider slightly lower levels, a drop below that 1.1235 territory would be needed. For the upside, a push above the 1.1360 territory would be needed as well. So here, and that's for the upside, as I said. And then, yeah, we could go for a larger correction to the upside, because don't forget that we're still trading below this downside line taken from the high of the 1st of June. Okay, guys, I can see that most likely we had some issues with the visual, so I do apologize for that, guys, if you suffered from all this, because again, it's my, I think it's going to be my speed. But just wanted to let you know that next week there will be a video that I will run on Monday, but there won't be any more videos after. So from Tuesday, including Tuesday, there won't be any Traders Espresso. So yeah, this week and on Monday, that's when I'm gonna run the videos, and then I'm gonna resume, of course, already in the new year. So long story short, guys, I hope you found it useful either way. I mean, because I do understand that this is not really ideal here, and well, please forgive me for that, but at the moment I don't think that I can do much. So yeah, unless I get back to the office. So yeah, guys, have a wonderful trading day today. Stay safe, and yeah, I'll see you later. Thank you very much, and bye-bye.